This here is an article from 2013 by the New York Post, and it shows how active Swiss criminal banksters are in the international financial world and what bold liars these Swiss really are, telling the FBI that the crime is protected under the cover of diplomatic immunity, just as the BIS, or Bank for International Settlements in Basel, Switzerland, operates, and how they try to vow the agent into Swiss secrecy, revealing that this is how the Swiss mafia works through the laws of silence, what one might call the omerta. Yes, the Swiss really think of everything at the highest level of watertight crime, standing above all laws, being backed up by politics and laws of diplomatic immunity. So here we can read it. Just push pause. There he is. This is how they look like. Just put pause and read it. With a threatening tone, he asked the agent if he knew who he really was. "Do you know who I really am? Do you know who I am?" That he was a Swiss bankster of Octagon, the ones ruling the world and controlling everything. The Swiss have been doing this so long that they think that it's normal, showing their arrogance when things go wrong. It shows that they have no conscience at all and never feel guilty of their crimes against humanity. In Switzerland itself, the home of international crime, the banksters are being backed up by all Swiss politicians of both left and right. And as they are protected by Swiss law and by the Swiss police and Swiss Justice Department, no Swiss bankster has ever been tried or sent to prison. The criminal state of Octagon, Switzerland, has even laws that a person who violates the Swiss banking secret goes to prison or gets even tortured and murdered by the Swiss Nazi authorities, as Wolfgang Umvogel had to find out the hard way in 2010 when he got suicided in a Swiss torture detention center. So here we can see the statistics how the USA is the main target of the Swiss banksters. And the Swiss also have a thing they call the silent laws, that if you criticize Swiss banks or Switzerland as a whole, you will get terrorized by the Swiss authorities, as the Swiss Nazi police and the Swiss Nazi Justice Department, as Mr. Sean Ross had to find out the hard way. And as the Swiss Nazi Templar banksters of Octagon know that they have nothing to fear in the motherland Switzerland, they could easily expand to the US, Nazi Germany and Saudi Arabia, working for King Abdullah, like the petrodollar, where there is a lot of rogue money in their billions from the oil business called petrodollars. And as the oil reserves are at the bottom, they try to make an easy fortune with these rogue petrodollars through boom and bust at the US Stock Exchange or pump and dump at Wall Street. Well, here we can read the article how Abdullah is involved in this together with the Swiss banks. See, just put pause and you can read all. The following facts are very important to understand how Octagon and the Swiss orchestrated the Wall Street crash in 1929 and brought a 10-year depression and a world war to the US. You have to know about a major event in Switzerland with a massive impact on the financial world, politics and history, which took place very shortly after Black Tuesday on October the 29th, 1929, and the theft of the deposits of honest Americans. leading to the Swiss Nazi Templar connection and the creation of a financial tool in order to get the stolen money out of the US in order to get into Octagon, Switzerland. So the Nazi war industry in Germany and Switzerland at the time when the stolen money still was in the US. It is the creation and establishment of the BIS, the Bank for International Settlements, by Hjalmar Schacht and the Nazis in Basel, Switzerland, only 6 months later, on May 17, 1930. So the stolen US money could be transferred by the US Central Bank to the central bank of all central banks, the Swiss BIS. So you see, it was only 6 months later, from Black Tuesday on October the 29th, until the foundation of the BIS on May 17th, 1930. It's all in the same time period, it is. A whole population got robbed of its savings by an organization which started to finance Adolf Hitler from 1923 on in Zurich, Switzerland. The name of this organization is Octagon, of the Nazi Templars from Switzerland. And all these events happened shortly after each other in the very same time. The Swiss Army. On a Saturday. In the village. What are they preparing for, eh? February 2013. Ah, the gold, look. They're carrying the Nazi gold, that's it. Yeah. The Templars, nobody there, nobody looking. Oh, I'm sure they're gonna like that, eh? Wee, they're gonna like this.